In the rugged landscapes of the Old West, whispers of a colossal bird, large enough to carry off a human, captured the imaginations of settlers and cowboys alike. The elusive Thunderbird photograph, a mysterious image said to prove its existence, has fueled endless debates and wild tales. Legends speak of men who claim to have seen this enormous creature, with wings spanning over 10 feet. Some even swore they had shot it down and captured the evidence on film. Yet, despite numerous accounts, the photograph has remained as elusive as the bird itself, disappearing into the mists of history. The mystery deepens as we trace the origins of the Thunderbird photograph. Stories diverge, with some claiming it was published in a local newspaper, while others insist it was hidden away by private collectors. This puzzling tale has inspired countless searches, each leading to more questions than answers. Described as a creature of immense size, the Thunderbird is said to resemble a prehistoric pterosaur, with leathery wings and a fierce beak. Its wingspan is often reported to be anywhere from 10 to 20 feet, making it an awe-inspiring sight. Native American folklore often depicts it as a powerful supernatural being, capable of creating thunder with the flapping of its wings. In these stories, the Thunderbird is not just a creature, but a guardian spirit, symbolizing strength and protection. Its presence in the sky was believed to herald storms, and its sightings were considered omens of great significance. This blending of natural and supernatural elements has kept the legend of the Thunderbird alive in cultural memory. Sightings of the Thunderbird have been reported across various regions of the United States, particularly in the 1800s. Frontier newspapers occasionally featured accounts of terrified witnesses who claimed to have seen the massive bird soaring above desolate landscapes. Some described it as having feathers as dark as midnight, with eyes that seemed to pierce through the soul. These reports came from diverse locations, including the plains of Texas, the mountains of Colorado, and the deserts of Arizona. Each sighting added to a growing tapestry of stories that captured the imaginations of settlers and adventurers alike. These encounters often left witnesses in awe, with some too frightened to travel alone for fear of encountering the mythical bird. One of the most famous sightings occurred in 1890 in the desert town of Tombstone, Arizona. Two cowboys allegedly encountered and killed a giant bird-like creature. They claimed its wingspan was an astonishing 16 feet, sparking a wave of excitement and skepticism as the story spread through the local and national newspapers. The story of the men who claimed to have killed the Thunderbird centers around two cowboys, Samuel Preston and C.A. Smith. In April 1890, these two adventurers were reportedly riding through the desert near Tombstone, Arizona, when they encountered the massive bird. Both were seasoned frontiersmen, known for their hunting skills and rugged lifestyles. Samuel Preston, a tall and taciturn figure, had spent years tracking game across the wild terrains of the West. C.A. Smith, his more talkative and gregarious partner, was equally adept with a rifle, having honed his marksmanship in countless hunts. As the story goes, the two were initially drawn to a strange, enormous shadow that blotted out the sun, casting an eerie pall over the arid landscape. This unexpected encounter would soon become one of the most legendary tales of the Old West. As Samuel Preston and C.A. Smith searched for stray cattle, their attention was drawn to the shadow passing overhead. Glancing up, they were stunned to see a gigantic bird-like creature with an immense wingspan, its silhouette stark against the bright desert sky. Their hearts pounding, they instinctively reached for their rifles. The air was charged with tension as the bird swooped lower, almost taunting them. With nerves of steel, the men took aim and fired. The first few shots missed, but finally a well-placed bullet hit its mark. The colossal bird let out a piercing screech, flapped its enormous wings frantically, and then plummeted to the ground with a thunderous crash. After bringing down the enormous bird, Preston and Smith realized the significance of their discovery. They decided to document their find and hauled the carcass back to Tombstone. There, with the help of a local photographer whose name has been lost to history, they posed the creature against a barn wall and took the famous photograph. Several townsfolk witnessed this moment, adding to the credibility and mystique of their story. The photograph of the Thunderbird created a sensation in Tombstone and beyond. Locals flocked to see the massive creature, and stories of the extraordinary event spread rapidly. Newspapers picked up the tale, and the image became the subject of widespread curiosity and debate. People were captivated by the notion that such a fantastical beast could exist, fueling rumors, speculations, and the imaginations of those living in an era already rich with tales of the unexplained. Despite the widespread fascination, many skeptics doubted the authenticity of the Thunderbird story. Some townsfolk and journalists dismissed the tale as a hoax or a case of mistaken identity, arguing that no such creature could exist. They suggested that Preston and Smith had either fabricated the story for attention or misidentified a large but ordinary bird. This skepticism created a divide in the community, with heated debates over the truth of the cowboy's extraordinary claim. Over the years, both Samuel Preston and C.A. Smith stood by their account of the Thunderbird encounter. They consistently claimed they had indeed shot down a massive bird-like creature and documented it with a photograph. Despite facing skepticism and ridicule, they never wavered in their story. Their unwavering stance only added to the mystery as they maintained their version of events until their deaths, insisting that what they saw and killed was real. The fate of the Thunderbird photograph remains one of the greatest mysteries surrounding the legend. According to various accounts, the photograph was published in a local Tombstone newspaper shortly after the event, but no verified copies have ever been found. Some claim the original photo ended up in private collections or was lost over time. Despite numerous searches and investigations, the image has never resurfaced, leaving historians and enthusiasts to speculate about its existence and whereabouts. One notable seeker of the Thunderbird photograph is cryptozoologist Ivan T. Sanderson. Sanderson dedicated a significant part of his career to investigating mysterious creatures and phenomena. He thoroughly scoured archives, old newspaper collections, and private records in search of the elusive photograph. Despite his exhaustive efforts, he never found concrete evidence of the photo's existence, leaving him and many others intrigued and frustrated. Beyond the famous Tombstone encounter, numerous others have claimed to have seen the Thunderbird. Ranchers, miners, and even travelers have reported sightings of a massive bird with a wingspan so large it blocked out the sun. These accounts span across various states, including Texas, New Mexico, and California. While descriptions often vary, the common theme of a colossal bird-like creature remains, adding to the mystique and leaving many to wonder if the Thunderbird truly exists. Despite the widespread fascination, physical evidence of the Thunderbird has always been elusive. Skeptics argue that the sightings were merely misidentifications of large birds like condors or exaggerated tales born from the isolation and hardships of frontier life. Yet, the legend endures, fueled by the tantalizing possibility of a hidden truth. A photograph purported to be the famous Thunderbird has circulated on the internet for years, showing a large bird-like creature pinned to a barn wall, surrounded by men. This image is believed to have originated from a 1970s television show, which recreated the legend for dramatic effect. Despite its widespread distribution, experts have confirmed that this photo is not authentic, but rather a staged representation. Nonetheless, it continues to capture the imaginations of those fascinated by the Thunderbird legend. Despite the absence of solid proof, the Thunderbird legend has captivated countless enthusiasts and researchers. Many have embarked on expeditions, combed through dusty archives, and pored over old newspaper clippings, all in a relentless quest to find the elusive photograph. Each promising lead brings a surge of excitement, only to be met with dead ends and more questions. The hunt for the Thunderbird photo has turned into a passionate pursuit, with every clue keeping the mystery alive and well. The story of the Thunderbird is a captivating blend of myth, mystery, and history. From the brave cowboys who claim to have shot down the colossal bird, to the elusive photograph that has fueled countless searches, this legend continues to fascinate and perplex. Have you ever seen something you couldn't explain? Do you believe the Thunderbird could have existed? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching.